Hey y'all. I know I vlogged on Sunday. Today will be vlog number 33. Today I'm going to do The Quiet Room by Lori Schiller and Amanda Bennett. Here's the cover. So they say that it's called The Quiet Room, and this squiggly thing like that describes people with schizophrenia. They say this is what their brain feels like, what the voices and the hallucinations. So after seeing that, this book is about Lori. She does have schizophrenia, or she gets diagnosed with schizophrenia. At 17, Lori was a perfect child, the only daughter of affluent, closet-knit family. 6 years later, she made her first suicide attempt. So 17 to 22, it was her senior year of college, or right after she graduated from college. Then she graduated, and then she went onto the streets of New York City dressed in ragged clothes, tormenting voices crying out in her mind. Lori has entered the horrifying world of a full-blown schizophrenic. She began an ordeal of hospitalizations, halfway houses, more suicide attempts, and constant withering despair. The story goes on and says, and demonstrates on how Lori has gone from a short-term hospitalization to going home, attempting again, going back to a short-term facility, and then a long-term care facility, transitioning from a short-term to a long-term, and then from a long-term, she would go to a state hospital, which is a really long period of time. But against all odds, she has survived. This book is a personal account of Lori. She is one of the two authors of the book. She tells how she did it, taking us not only into her own shattered world, but drawing on the words of the doctor who treated her and her family members, who suffered with her. And now, anew afterwards, Lori recounts the dramatic years following the years that the original story was published. She goes and explains how she went through the whole process of being hospitalized, getting released, going on drugs. I believe her drug of choice was cocaine. Relapsing, ultimately love and recovery, moving, harrowing, uplifting. This is, I think, one of the few accounts that is from a patient and their success story of going through the process of hospitalizations, and going through the movement and the vines of mental health. So I rated it a 5 out of 5. I was technically supposed to read this in undergrad. It was assigned to us as a supplemental reading. It was supposed to go along with the class. I believe it was a community mental health class. I never got to reading this book in college, because I believe that semester specifically I believe that semester specifically I was taking like 5 or 6 classes. Yep. But 7 years later, after taking that class, I finally got to make it to read it. So for me, with work, I'm on the other side. I'm the clinician working with mental health patients, specifically in the emergency room. So there's a lot of patients that I see frequently that have mental illnesses, and a lot of them get admitted either at a short-term facility, like for instance the hospital that I work for is a short-term facility. A lot of times patients have to stay at a hospital, at a short-term facility for at least a month before they're transferred to like a county hospital or to a state facility. So like for instance, geographically, where I'm from, it was for, so like my hospital is a regular short-term facility, and then they would bump up to a county hospital. Then after the county hospital, they would go to a state facility. So like a state facility would be like a Greystone kind of thing. Yeah. I actually enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this book because it's the point of view of the patient rather than a clinician. And it showed the point of view of the type of relationship that a clinician and a patient deal with, and rapport that they have. Alrighty, like and share. I definitely recommend this book. Stay tuned for vlog number 34, hopefully within the next couple of days. Alright, bye.